Hello and welcome to today's YouTube tutorial from Peakboard. Today I want to show you how you can create such a dashboard for your loading gates in your logistics. How this works with Peakboard and Microsoft SQL Server I will show you now. I'm here now on the Peakboard Designer canvas where I start by adding a rectangle from the top. We'll place it here on the top of my screen and remove the corner radius. Now we'll add a text for the header and placing it on the correct position and call it Gate 1. So this will be the dashboard for my Gate 1. Now I add a data source here on the top left by clicking on this plus icon, and I will select time for that. Let's just call it my time. And I will remove here the time format parts which I don't need. So this is hour, minute, second, day, month, year, and I just want to show hours and minutes. So let's just add this by dragging it on the canvas and placing it here on the right position. Then we'll also align it to the right side. Now the next thing I want to do is add my data. For that I go again to data and add data source. In that case I want to select data from SQL Server, so I will just select this by clicking on that and give it a name. Let's call it logistics data, and also just select here a connection. So in my case I've already prepared a connection here which I can just select. Otherwise you could just enter here your hostname database and your credentials from your SQL Server. Let's click once on the connection test, looks fine, and then I will paste here my SQL statement I've prepared before. So what we are doing here is we select the first 4 rows of our table from the logistics table. We join the information from the customers and the carriers, and then let's click once on the load data button, and here you can see we get the arrival time and the departure time as a string, and for that I convert it to a date, and also, so I'm able to just select the ones where the departure has not already happened. Also I order it by the column departure time. Let's click on OK, and now I've added this here on the left side. So the next thing is that I want to add the logo of the current carrier. So for that I first add here another rectangle on my canvas and increase its size. I go to the title and add here carrier, and now I need to add this logo files of the different carriers we have from my Explorer. I've already prepared them, so let's just put these to the Peakboard Designer. Now the next thing is to add just one of them as default image on the screen, increase its size. Let's increase it a bit more here and there as well. And then I'll click here on the button right on Conditional Formatting to create rules to define the picture resource we want to show depending on the current carrier. So for that I connect this logic to my logistics data, and I select this name 1 field from the first row. So this is the current carrier. The name 1 is the column of the name of the carrier we joined from the carrier table. The other name is the name of the customer. Let's say if it's DB Schenker, we want to show this PNG file, and I will duplicate this 2 more times, and I add here UPS, and for that I just select the UPS logo, and the last thing is DHL, and I also select the corresponding logo here. Now clicking on OK, I get the rules here on the bottom right displayed. Let's add now three other fields here on the canvas. The first one is the license plate of the truck. So for that I first create one other rectangle and give it the title license plate, and also add here a text on this rectangle, and I connect it to the logistics data and to the column license plate. Again, for the first row, because the first row is just the current carrier coming in. Then let's add two more rectangles here to the right. The first one will be the arrival, and again I will add here a text and place it to the correct position, and for the text I select the column arrival time. In that case I want to do some more things, so of course first I want to center it as well as this one, and then I change the format here because I don't want to show the seconds, so for that I just select here the time, hours and minute without the seconds. Let me just copy and paste that here to another place, and I will call the second one departure. And here I just need to change the column, so in that case it's the departure time, so this one is also done now. Let's add one more rectangle here on the bottom left, and this one should later show the current destination. So again we add a title and we add a text again. And in this case, as I said, I want to show from the same SQL Server data source the name. So the name was the customer name, and the other name was the name of the carrier. And here I just place this one on the right position here. And now it's mostly done. The last thing I want to do here is to add one more rectangle on the bottom right to show the next carriers coming in. So for this again I add a rectangle here and give it again a name, let's call it, or a title, let's call it next deliveries, and here I just add this data source by dragging it on the screen, and here I select a table. So it's not very beautiful right now, so first we need to select the columns we want to show here by double click it, and I just want to show the arrival time, the departure time, and the two names. In that case I call this here arrival departure carrier and destination. And then I have selected the correct columns here. I place the table on the right position, make it a little bit smaller, and change the font of it so everything is fitting. So I select here small for the content and place it here on that position. Alright, that's basically it. Let's click on the preview button on the top right to see how it looks when we are live on it. So we see here we already got the right information from the SQL Server, which we can show here for our dashboard. If you are interested how we can write data back into the SQL Server, you can also check out the link in the description. Thanks for watching and see you next time.